And welcome back, viewers, to Let's Play A-10A The Belkan War. I'm Merlon as usual, and today with me there is...
As the Staff Sarge, Pango 556, coming back for a second time.
It's a pleasure having you here, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
So today let's start by by taking down some aces we missed the last time.
Yeah, trying to get the aces in Gladys, and this mission I didn't actually like all that much. But it's nice having that freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And this is, if you thought the last paint scheme was ideas, well, think again. Have this zebra paint scheme.
It's actually not a bad looking paint job.
Well, yeah, to each their own, I guess.
I mean, there are some ways you can make that paint job look shocking, but that color scheme doesn't look too bad, although I'm colorblind, so what do I know?
Yeah, well, the aquamarine one was pretty ideal looking.
Yeah, that was.
Sector D is under control. Looks like things are gonna get rough. Don't go nuts.
And this is our first ace, Iris. The words come from Latin and it means rainbow.
I did not know that.
Well, I just like to check things on Wikictionary. Yeah, I know, I'm a fraud.
Oh, the fun things about languages.
Gun range. Go to Fox 2.
Still gets counted as your kill if Pixie steals it, doesn't it?
It's it adds on your score even if it kills for you.
So the one thing I noticed when you did the actual run, using the standoff dispenser, I've tried using that in this mission. It keeps on flying to mountains for me. Was there?
Yeah, they might be the anti-boat missiles, but I'm not sure.
Before you get shot down. I've diverted some formation. Are they still flying? This is Pixie. I just bagged a bandit. This is area castle. All functions are down. One of the enemy's planes is especially dangerous. No more attacks are coming from Sector B. Fox 2.
And this is our other ace, Mumia, which means mummy, the embalmed corpse, not mother, in Czech.
Okay. Not quite sure whether they use that name for a fullback.
On the target. Locked on. I've got a hole in the right fuselage. Gladyson's attack powers have been neutralized. All planes, return to base.
Okay, let's move on with the soldier style.
And strike out one of the different areas, because the aces in these kind of missions, it's partially dependent on the flying style, but it's more dependent on what areas you strike, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to take down all the, for example, all the ramparts or all the anti-aircraft guns, and then they will appear.
Airspace. All planes can pass over this line whenever they need to resupply.
And you're using X-29. That's a weird choice for this mission.
Yes, because it's one of the first aircrafts, and it also has those negative wings. It's pretty strange.
The oh god, there's a proper name for them. I've completely forgotten what it is, but yeah, it allows for the aircraft to be hyper-maneuverable. The only problems are it is unstable as all hell, and there's also the fact that the wings kind of shear off if you fly too fast.
Launch.
Like now, you can explode if you fly too fast.
I noticed that it's just the AA shells were doing what, about 36% damage each, so it just took 3 hits.
Yeah, the anti-aircraft guns are nasty.
Especially in a lightweight fighter, like, because it's just an F5 with 4 wings, and that thing is tiny.
It also has one big engine. Usually you see two engines.
Yeah, it's close to the derivative of the F-20.
Radar lock. They're going at us from the sky. Shoot them down. Go to Fox Hill.
And those that appear right now are the two aces. They appear, as I said before, when you destroy all the targets.
And of course they're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they appear from nowhere.
Oh, and they're flying Tiger Meats, I think the aircraft name was.
The F-20.
And I assume that their call sign is just Vampire?
Yeah, exactly. I researched it anyway, and it comes from Balkan languages like Croatian, Albanian, and stuff like that.
Alright.
Fire anymore. Dispatch all troops into battle. Gone 1. Missile launched.
And this is the mercenary style.
So third playthrough just because of how large this bloody level is.
Inspection, huh? What a joke. Fire away at Gladysent. Your job this time is to take out their defense mechanisms.
I'm liking this one already.
A return line is
This is the favorite aircraft of the ACDC. Thunderstruck!
I've got... Yes, I'm an Aussie. I'm from WA, so... You know, Bon Scott is the legend here. Although it wasn't... No, that was Brian Johnson. A man who cannot sing, but it doesn't matter because he's with AC/DC. Yeah, the Warthog works brilliant in this mission because it can take a pounding, and all those XAGMs.
Yes,
You just knock out flat guns in one pass.
yes, they're pretty good. And as you can see, I have 96% of damage.
And you're not even halfway through the mission.
And this is Spook, our ace for this mission. Spook means ghost in Dutch. Spooky.
Ah, yeah, okay, that makes sense because yeah, spooks is the common term for anything like that. You know, spy agencies and spooky gunship.
all up for this to end. Doesn't look like things will calm down anytime soon. Enemy aircraft down.
And okay, let's move on with the real mission, Merlon.
It's only just now realized that the name's supposed to be Merlin. I've always been calling it that.
Belka's second line of defense stretches across the Shane Plains in the central region of southern Belka. Centered on 2 anti-aircraft camps, this line blocks our refueling unit's air route and is already delaying our military plans. This operation will consist of attacks on enemy ground troops and engagements with enemy fighters. There will be 3 squadrons in total. You can decide which one to accompany. Alpha Team will be responsible for destroying enemy ground ordnance. Beta Team's job will be to eliminate air resistance and destroying enemy ground ordnance. Theta Team will eliminate air resistance. Escort Allied transport craft after each mission is completed. That is all.
Okay, so last time we end the mission with a cliffhanger, with a flash. I promise this time the mystery will be solved. Let's start with the Alpha Team mission, which is an air-to-ground mission.
It's kind of a shame that the only real difference between the missions is just, you know, one's air-to-ground, one's air-to-air, and the other is multi-role. I said there was a little bit more. There was more variety in the Operation 1042, whatever that was.
Yeah, the big counter-attack.
Yeah.
And this is the Rafale M.
Ah, yes. This aircraft is just beautiful. Shame. I think only the Saudis are picking up aside from the French, which is a bit of a shame. It's just a really nice looking aircraft, and it performs pretty damn well for such a... It's a fairly light... It's a light carrier aircraft too.
Also a nice paint scheme.
As it deserves.
And we'll be using the long-range air-to-ship missile, which also is effective against ground targets, not just boats.
Yeah, the LASM and the LAGM, which I think you could have taken for Pixie there. They are pretty much the same missile, but I've noticed if you try using the anti-shipping one in mountainous areas, it tries to go for a sea skimming attack, which doesn't work around hills.
Hey, Cypher, you hear me? Just look at the view.
And now trailer line. God damn, I love the trailer for this game.
Between those countries from up here. Belka's defense line is just up ahead. Avoid enemy fire while snuffing out their ground forces.
Okay, AWACS. Let's start by taking down the first gunboat.
Rather than Pixie pick him off.
It resembles also of the Draken, I might say.
Not really. It's got a bit more to do with. Well, I mean, it's a Dassault aircraft, so it does have the lines of like the Mirage 2000.
Because it has those little wings in front of the cockpit.
The canids. Yeah, they're a pretty popular attachment for most modern aircraft. I think it's because the only reason you wouldn't have them is primarily technological, trying to have that kind of control surface that doesn't break.
You should be making visual contact with the enemy base soon. Prepare to engage. Aircraft have been spotted on radar. They've been identified on IFF as the Allied forces.
And that's a lot of anti-air.
Yes, a lot of SAMs and a bit of anti-aircraft guns.
But you've got RSTs and exosets hanging on the wings, so...
The enemy came. Just initiate the attack sequence. We're supposed to clean up the skies, but we should really take out all the enemy firepower we can handle.
And I'm already at 90. Yeah, I'm already at 92% damage.
Sam destroyed. Golem 1, missile...
Things can get pretty messy, at least on its difficulty.
This is why, for missions like this with just so many air defense, it's often a good idea to sit back, snipe with any long-range stuff you have.
Yes.
And then, once you've whittled it down a bit, then you can probably try...
The flak gun is the most annoying of them all, because it can reduce your health very quickly.
I find the regular AA guns, personally, SAMs you can see and can avoid. Flak guns I've never really noticed too often, but AA guns I've never been able to actually avoid any of their fire.
The 11th defense line has been destroyed. The enemy is continuing north. This place is done for. Move out all units. The Allied forces could never...
And this will be a pretty short mission. And by taking down this last anti-aircraft gun, we're done.
Well, considering how much damage you took, I don't think you'd want to, you wouldn't have wanted to drag it out.
Reduced. Golem team, cover our transport planes until they're able to land.
Okay, I guess nothing bad can happen.
Yeah, they come.
There they are, the Allied transport planes. Thank you for securing air superiority.
Well, that was a nice short mission. I'm sure nothing else can go wrong at this point.
Nope.
Though it is at this point that GDI does grant Belka use to the Iron Cannon network.
Bam! I guess last time the flash was not a Selka, but was a giant flash coming from the sky.
I think Ustio may have done Pissed Off God.
Yeah.
Hey Wax, what's going on? Hold on. Incoming emergency message from Operations HQ. Enemy launching long-range attacks. Current airspace is within range.
Hey, don't get Pixie pissed off.
Transmitting projected enemy targeting coordinates. All units evade attacks and withdraw from airspace.
And we have 3 aces for this segment of the mission. That was the first Strom, which means 3 in Czech.
Whoa, holy Jesus.
Yeah, this was me almost get destroyed by the laser.
Just remember your training. If you dodge a missile, you can dodge a laser.
Yeah. If it touches it for even a few seconds, 2 or 3 seconds, you're done.
It actually does do. It's not like an instant kill thing. It does damage. It just does it so quickly. You can. On occasion I've grazed the laser and I've survived, but you're on so low health afterwards.
It does damage over time, but it's very quickly. And when you have 92% of damage, you're done.
Yeah.
Com team, check the enemies.
And this is Bean, which from German, which means bee or sexy woman.
Oh, wait. When you say bee, you don't mean as in insect bee. You mean like more. I think it's pronounced bow or something. Or do you mean the insect?
No, the insect.
Okay, that's a little bit strange.
At least that's what I've read from the Wiktionary.
There are a few. There's a lot of double meanings. That does look pretty specco. Low res, but specco.
Keep an eye on your radar.
And that the fog, the green fog, the green mist you're seeing on the map is our last ace. He's flying with an A6 Prowler, which we used I guess last time, or
You've used it a couple of times, I think.
yeah. And it's a jammer. That's why we have the green mist on the map.
It makes it doubly annoying in this mission because you have to get the timing right and hope to hell that you're able to vis-ident where the laser is.
Yeah. Yeah, because as you can see the where the lasers is going to hit on the map because of the jammer.
Although I'm not too sure, I kind of saw this when you were engaged in the F1. But when it tried to fire at you, it was, I think where it would have aimed is right where the F1 was, so it decided to direct the laser real far off.
Yeah, the laser strikes exactly where you're pointing to. So, like I'm doing right now, I point to the right and then I turn, I point to straight.
And then you make a dash for it.
Exactly. It doesn't strike randomly, but just where you're targeting.
That's the other thing I liked about this, the fact that it's not just, oh, you've suddenly gone out of range, it's the fact that the laser literally cannot get an angle at that point, and you can physically see that as it fires.
Com team, evacuate to the south immediately. You're out of the danger zone. Com team, return to base. Looks like we live to see another day, Cypher.
I guess so.
Welcome back.
Immediately upon landing, the landing gear collapsed in on itself from the battle damage. It's not a fun way to go in any kind of game.
That was a bad nightmare. We lost several of our members. Mercenaries like us are disposable to the guys in charge. But in the end, we survived.
The most important thing.
Well, see, it's ironic because mercenaries are in for the money, so they're less likely to make the heroic sacrifice play. Yeah, I learnt about irony from Alanis Morissette, so...
Sacrifices on our side due to enemy laser ordnance. Still, the best defense is offense. We're counting on you to help lead us to victory.
Okay, and that was it for Alpha Team mission. Let's move on with the Beta Team mission, which is an air-to-ground, air-to-air mission.
A little bit more friendly for the second part because for air-to-air you generally have something that's fast with, geared up for anti-air a little bit.
Again with the SAMs and the anti-aircraft gun.
I think you're actually striking it's the same airbase as the other mission.
Might be.
By the looks of it. And what have we got for wrecking up their stuff?
We've got the Su-37 Terminator.
Ah, yes. In the yellow 13 colors. Nice.
Geometrical paint scheme.
I mean, there ain't the only. I'm pretty sure the only Ace Combat game that didn't have the 37 as one of the top tier aircraft was Assault Horizon, and that's because the Pac FA was available.
Also, I always wondered what was that big stingy looking thing we just saw on the...
In the back, that's actually a radar.
Huh.
In the 37, amongst the other modifications they made to the 35 to get it, 3D thrust vectoring and a rear-pointing radar were the big ones. That's why it's considered to be one of the best dogfighters, because not only is it maneuverable as all hell, it can look and shoot behind itself.
Take that, F-15.
Well, it's more comparable to the F-22.
Oh, wow.
And although to say which one is the best is a whole can of worms, but to my knowledge, the Su-37 has yet to kill its own pilot, despite the fact that one of those crashed during an air show. Or was it testing? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember the news, yeah.
The other interesting thing is that those... Again, Ace Combat 5 and 0 having all the realistic weapons, even though they're all generically named, those are AA-11s, which are the absolute latest long-range anti-air missile, which is the kind of thing you'd expect to be mounted on this thing. When I was looking up, I was like, wow, that's a nice touch.
Enemy aircraft approaching. Locked on. Enemy ship has been sunk. So that's Ustio's
A Draken!
And we have to kill it.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, yeah.
Yeah, well, not for me. So I've got a mate who's declared the Draken to be his waifu. Poke all the fun at him.
nice kill.
Thank you, Pixie.
Don't know about you guys, but if that mercenary unit does all the work, I'll be pretty embarrassed.
I'm not too sure if the guys that you're flying with are actually fellow mercenaries, so they're also complaining about the paycheck being lost, or...
No, they are
Harriers.
Ustio's soldier.
Go to Mark 2.
That, honestly, I know Ace Combat rarely does any kind of, rhyme or reason, aside from rule of cool, for which aircraft to have in any time. But Drakens and Harriers, that's just a weird combo.
Poor Drakens. And this is getting pretty hectic with those missile alerts.
Just a bit, and just saying, what happened with that last pass? Did you just get oversaturated with targets and you couldn't decide what to shoot first?
Yeah.
Radar lock.
No, Eric,
What?
you're gonna die and you know it. Yeah.
Why just that conversation at that point?
It's gonna end bad for you, Eric, you know it.
It would, but just... I mean, yeah, I admire the fact that they're saying that their commander is actually, like, good or something, or, just add a bit of flavor to it, but having the guy saying, I might ask her out. What?
Yeah, just right now where missiles are coming from everywhere.
I'm sending the 8th platoon to Area F. Just hang on until I get there.
They're working well as a team. They must have a capable commander.
If you say so. They're getting slaughtered.
Well, they're up against GARM team,
Yeah.
flying some of the best interceptors ever.
They were beating us and we only have rough firepower. Another sail segment destroyed. Look at this like it's going.
And this is our last target for this mission. Another short mission.
That just means we get to go round 2 with the giant, fucking huge laser cannon.
Exactly.
The 11th defense line has been destroyed. The enemy is continuing north.
Same ending with the same cutscene.
You all fought well. It's time.
Everyone deploy your suicide capsules. Actually, I take that back. That's getting way too dark for this kind of game.
Level has been reduced. Comm team, cover our transport planes until they're able to land.
Okay.
No manual's gonna tell you how to fight this battle. This battle and its outcome is up to you.
Deep.
That would be. Actually, I think with the triple thing, it actually replaces the whole night soldier thing, because that was a very soldier style response.
Yeah.
And now Belkan unleashes the last word in discotheque. The Galaxy crews are so amazed they spontaneously combust.
And again we'll have to take down 3 aces. And beginning with a grip and C, Quell, a word coming from French, which means the pronoun which actually derives from Latin ecum ille.
Now you tell us, where should we fly?
Well, he got wrecked.
Transmitting projected enemy targeting coordinates.
And this is our second ace, Zugvogel,
I just like that name.
this time coming from Germany and means migrant. And that laser almost hit me.
I don't think so. I think you flew close to... Because this is what I like about Ace Combat. When they do this kind of stuff, like super instant kill things, they always put you in a situation where you can see it, you can understand it, and then you have a chance to evade.
Yes.
So in this case, the laser was firing at your transport planes and knocking them out, and you're able to see, oh yeah, it comes up on radar, and then they all explode, so...
Yeah. And by the way, that was our last ace, Falter.
Don't panic, just keep flying and keep an eye on your radar.
Once more across the line.
Oh yeah. And the laser just disappear once you get the mission complete.
Yeah, we're on the highway to it. Away from it.
Looks like we live to see another day, Cypher.
What are we doing again?
And we are liberating a supply line for Ustio.
God damn, the Terminator's a huge plane. All the flankers are huge planes.
Bad nightmare. We lost several of our members. Mercenaries like us are disposable to the guys in charge.
Yeah, he says the same thing as the last time.
We survived.
The mission objectives were achieved, but only after sustaining heavy losses from enemy laser ordnance. A war without honor can only result in massacre. You have fought nobly and deserve to be praised.
Huh.
By running like a bitch?
And that's our last mission, Theta Team, which is an air-to-air mission.
Pure dogfighting.
Yes.
This is the one that potentially leaves you the least screwed over. Where you need to, dodge freaking lasers.
Let's see what aircraft we'll be using. The everyone favorite, the Mig-31.
I'm still on the fence as to which one is the biggest aircraft, the Terminator or this brick.
I'm kinda favoring the Mig-31. I mean, look at its back.
Well, yeah, I mean, they MiG-25, which was fast enough, and then they upsized everything on it.
Yeah, we'll be using the XLAA considering it's a pure air-to-air mission.
And again, it's the same ones as the Termi, the AA-11, which apparently the MiG-31 wasn't supposed to use. Oh well, probably not much point in trying to model the, I think it's the AA-7 or something, because I'm a massive military nerd.
Hey, Cypher, you hear me? Just look at the view. There's not much difference between those countries from up here.
Yeah, and also maybe because it's the third time we're seeing the same map.
You actually do start at a higher altitude.
Yes, for this mission, yeah, you start in a different position.
Who's gonna steal the show and end up as today's ace? This is gonna be one hell of a fight. It's the mighty Rafale mercenaries. Let's watch how they fight.
Yeah, watch and learn.
I mean, knife fighting in a MiG-31. But mainly, it's kind of like the F4. There's some maneuvers that require more on power to weight ratio, and this thing has it in spades.
Don't get carried away and get in trouble. The last thing we need right now is more work saving you.
That's a MiG-29.
Which is the polar opposite. It's a tiny light fighter.
Watch out, the enemy's locked onto you.
And it's going down. Whoa, like
Missile,
I
missile.
am.
Oh. Wait. Did you take damage before that? Because I think the defense.
Yeah, no, I got a single or a double missile from the back.
Okay, because there's a couple of aircraft with a high enough defense state that in Ace you can tank a missile.
Well, not this time apparently.
The last thing we need right now is more work saving you. Okay, generating good angles on this one. I can dodge it.
Could have taken some gun damage.
And this, by the way, is how you fight with the MiG-31. You jump up the fight, and then you come back with missiles ready for action.
Zoom and boom.
I spent like 5 minutes by trying to get in the back, in the rear of the enemies, and then I just realized that I had to to get off and joust with them.
Yeah, that's why a couple of fights I've had can take a lot longer, but it's mostly ones with aces. Because when you finally do manage to line up a good shot, so is the enemy.
No use. I can't get away. Our air squadron is all that's left now. We have to destroy the Allied forces. Sniper, Pixie, I got one on my tail. Shoot him down. Look around, units of industry.
And an LA transport has requested our backup. If we help him, we'll move toward Knight style. If we don't, we'll move toward Soldier and Mercenary style. It's up to you to decide.
This is the kind of thing the MiG-31 is designed for. Very fast interception.
Radar lock. COM 1, no special weapons fire remaining.
I can't believe Belkan won't retreat. They're still trying to fight us.
Missed. Locked on.
Actually, that's the one thing I'm noticing when you're slowing down. I can't actually see any kind of air brakes on the thing.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have the video in full screen. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, no, you just throttle down, and apparently there is not enough inertia or something. But you know, screw physics. Oh wait, no, there's air brakes underneath it. I've only just noticed that now. God, Project Aces know how to make aircraft look good.
I don't think they're here to just keep us at bay. This is kill or be killed. Pride and determination are what keeps the Belkans going. Thanks, dog. If we get back alive, drinks are on me.
Yeah, sure thing.
That's going to be ironic, isn't it?
Missile launch.
Actually, how many aircraft do you shoot down this mission? Because it's been a while for me.
Yeah, a lot. More than 20, I'd say. We'll have the precise count in the briefing.
We've got to keep pressing forward.
And this is me
Whoa.
trying to this is me trying to get in space, but
Do you have it set to miles and feet?
yeah,
Or is
I
it-
always wondered if the actual aircraft can get actually into stratosphere, into space.
Well, I mean, you're at. That's why I asked if you've got it in miles and feet, or if it's in kilometers and meters.
No, we are flying within miles.
And the altitude readout?
Miles and feet. I don't use kilometers.
I generally stick with kilometers because I know that I'm 1,060 kilometers at sea level is the speed of sound.
Because I always fly float with the with miles and feet, and when I changed with kilometers, I always basically crashed into the ground.
You completely lost the ability to judge how fast you were going based on speedo.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. So that was what, about 28,000 feet, which is that's about 10 kilometers up. That's a fair good ceiling.
And this is Flamingo, our first ace, and Flamingo is a red-colored phenicopter. And this dude instead is Woog, which comes from Dutch, and it's the singular past subjunctive for wake.
Allied planes are disappearing from radar.
And whoa. Yeah, the Mig-31, you'd think it'd be an advantage against the laser, but it's not so much speed as the ability to turn away from the laser, I found. If you try and go full belt, you end up just flying straight into it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to go at full speed for this mission.
Com team, return to base.
Looks like we live to see another day, Cypher.
Yep, like James Bond.
Damn, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, it doesn't matter now.
The mission objectives were achieved, but our forces were dealt a heavy blow by enemy laser ordnance. Our country must put an end to this war. If not, I fear the war will put an end to us.
And apparently John Kennedy is doing our debriefing. But anyway, that was it for this mission for today. And thank you for being here, Pengad.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
And thank you viewers for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. See ya!
See ya.